Dear guests, hello. My name is Yahya. I would like to thank the Sharjah International Film Festival for Children and Youth for giving me a chance to address you today. I think none of you probably know me, and I don't like saying too much about myself, apart from the fact that I'm speaking to you today in my capacity as an actor. And I thought I would share some tips to the children and to the youth, tips which I have found useful in my little piece of existence on this earth and in this world. You may or may not find it useful, but I'll share them anyway. So the first tip is be grateful for what you have and who you are. I remember when I was growing up, I always wanted something I didn't have. I was unhappy with my curly hair. I was very self-conscious about it. I was trying to hide it in whatever way possible. I was wearing caps, hats, putting crazy quantities of gel, trying to straighten it. I used to wear turbans on Halloween. And it made me feel very self-conscious, and it affected my confidence in myself. I wished I was taller. I'm 170 centimeters tall. I'm like, okay, why don't I be? It would be nice to be taller. I wish I had more money so I can impress my friends. And then with time, you realize that those things are perhaps secondary. I realized that curly hair is not so bad. It's exotic, and people who have straight hair, in fact, would like to have curly hair, and some people don't even have hair. So, and then. Sure, 170 centimeters is relatively short, but I'm still taller than Napoleon and taller than Little Wayne. So, and in fact, there's some people who are so tall that they wish they were shorter. And so, and then regarding money, well, there's some people who don't even have enough to put food in their stomachs. And so that was something I learned in life that helped me a lot, was to be very grateful for what I already have and who I already am. And I realized that I was not focusing on that. And once you do, you're able to better capitalize on your means, on who you are. And that's a very important way to guard you against jealousy and envy, which pollute the heart. So the second point is, I think you, me, everyone else in the world aspires for the same thing, which is happiness, right? But we have different opinions on what we think will make us happy. Some people think it's going to be fame, money, success. If it's success at doing what? Traveling, discovering new places, learning new languages. Or maybe it might be something just more altruistic, like caring for the sick and poor, or caring for loved ones. So I think one important thing that I try to remind myself is that these are all means to an end, the end always being happiness. And then when you realize that there are a multitude of ways towards happiness, then you're better able to sustain your curiosity and imagination as to which way you can and indeed want to pursue. And then the last tip, again speaking from a personal perspective that I wanted to share, is that happiness doesn't last. It's elusive. Moments of happiness tend to be nice, but they're just a fading memory after all, and even the memory doesn't bring back the same sensation that when you live out that moment of happiness. And you can meet, I don't know, you meet all sorts of people who have things which you think would make you happy, but you see that they're still unhappy. The richest person in the world can still be unhappy. The best looking person in the world can still be unhappy. The most intelligent person in the world can be unhappy. And the list goes on. And so what is it that actually brings lasting happiness? And that's, in my opinion, self-satisfaction. And that's a tough one, because what is it that brings you self-satisfaction? What is it that makes you satisfied with yourself? And there's different takes on it. This is not my personal opinion. This is not my personal opinion on this point, but some say that it's achieving your best potential, the best person that you can be, and continuously working towards becoming a better person. And only when you do that do you then appreciate that you're actually fulfilling your own purpose in your existence. And so that's the pursuit of self-satisfaction is arguably what, in my opinion, it all boils down to. And only you really know what it takes to make you satisfied with yourself. Because once you put yourself in the perspective of others, you place limitations and constraints on your potential. And so I would encourage the youth and the children, each of you, to ask yourselves, what is it that would make me satisfied with myself? And if you don't have inspiration to answer this question, then seek it from those who love you and those who you love, and whose opinions you respect. And if you don't have people who love you and people who you love, then you're arguably a little bit lucky, because that means that you're able to listen to your instinct without all the noise around it. But if you are able to identify what it is that would make you satisfied with yourself, write it down on a piece of paper and post that piece of paper on your wall or on your door, and to try to remind yourself of it every day. I think that will be the most effective personal motivation for you, in the hope that it works as well as it has worked for me. It still doesn't totally work, but it works a little bit, at least as a reminder. Anyway, a lot of hope is placed in you, and thank you so much for listening. And please feel free to reach out if you have any questions to me personally, and they'll provide you with my email address if you want to contact me, and we can represent together. Peace.